So right now we are leaving the campground in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, finally heading up to Maine, but not quite Bar Harbor yet. So we had to go back through downtown Portsmouth and going over this really old bridge.
Guys, go to Portsmouth. It's such a cool city. It's so underrated. We had never really heard of it. Go there.
The ultimate goal was to make it to Bar Harbor, but we were having trouble finding a campground during this time of year. But the guy next to us at the campground in Portsmouth actually recommended we go to Bailey's, which is a little farther south than Bar Harbor. So we went there for a couple days and checked out Portland.
We did, and again, this was mid-July, so it was prime RVing season. Things were very busy, but Bailey's is a massive campground, and thank God they had room for us.
So while staying at Bailey's, we were actually able to check out Portland, Maine, which was really cool.
It was a really great city, and being from Oregon myself originally, when I think of Portland, Oregon. So Portland, Maine was really fascinating for me, but it is like a beautiful harbor town with incredible seafood and just a beautiful historical town in Maine, which is a state I feel like doesn't get enough credit. It's beautiful in the summer, it's beautiful in the winter. It's a really interesting place, and we had a really great dinner in Portland, Maine.
Alright, so right here we are having some lobster bisque and a few lobster rolls.
Lobster rolls.
Here we are hanging out at Bailey's campground, and we had a fire when we could, but it was really rainy for a the couple days we were there.
And thank God it was. We had just come out of months and months of just hot heat and humidity, and frankly, I was melted to death. So I was so grateful for slightly lower temperatures, and slightly lower meaning, I think even at that point, it was just wet and in the 70s, maybe,
Yeah.
high 70s. We were just grateful it was not in the 80s or 90s. It was nice though. I would totally do summer in Maine again. If you don't mind it being a little bit wet, it is a reprieve from the heat.
So we had to do what everyone does, and we went to check out the big LL Bean store and the big boot.
What all the RVers do. We've seen all these videos and we're like, it sounds so cool. We have to see the boot. I wouldn't stress myself out trying to get to the LL Bean boot and store personally, unless you really need a coat and some long, what do you think?
It honestly did not have that much camping selection, which as RVers is what we are looking for, but they had a lot of clothes.
Which you don't care about at all.
No. So we hung out at Bailey's campground for a few more days, which is really cool because at least in the summer, they do activities almost every night. So they had some talent shows and some bands and a few DJs. It was really cool.
Which is actually really fun, even if you're not there with your family. Dan and I are family, our Corgi and Chihuahua are family. We don't have a bunch of kids, so one might wonder, is that RV park fun for people who are there without 7 children? Yes, it is.
Right now we're hanging out in the RV just enjoying the rain, which it did rain most of the time we were there.
You're such a liar! Enjoying the rain? He hates the rain. I'm from Oregon. I was enjoying the rain. He was miserable. I was so happy. I was so happy it was cold. Got some rain coming down. Dude, you hate the rain.
I do. I'm from LA.
We're filming this mid-July. We were living in mid-July.
All right, so we were up to Bar Harbor. And a few lobster rolls.
We're having some lobster. And maybe buy a fleece windbreaker or something.
Yeah.
I think the boot's a car. The car is a boot. It's